Hi, it's Amy with Intuitive Coaching with Amy Radio, and this is your sacred space for spirituality, intuition, manifestation, and metaphysical wisdom. Welcome to this Solstice Intuitive Message for physical health. Very interesting message. So, whether you're experiencing summer in the Northern Hemisphere or winter in the Southern Hemisphere, this message is for the season ahead. The card I pulled was career transition. And I wanted to first give you the definition of transition, which simply means moving from one state to another. Because when you put it with career transition, often when I pull this card, it's like quit your job is the first thing that pops in my mind, or get a new job. No, that's not what it's saying. It's going from one state to another. So as I sat with this message, what came through strongly is that your physical health for this season is closely connected to the flow of energy in your career and work life. For some of you, work may have been slow and now it begins to pick up. And for others of you, the opposite may be true. Regardless of what is happening externally, this is a season to pay attention to how your work is affecting your physical well-being. The message is to release stress and focus on what feels good. Also, pay attention to maybe it's the way you sit in your chair and how that might be affecting your body. Really think about holistically how work is either supporting your physical well-being or taking away from it. Now, do more of what feels good, do more of what feels like love. And in terms of what to focus on in your day-to-day, do the things that you're passionate about. The strongest insight I received is that passion is medicine for you right now. When you are engaged in work that excites you, energizes you, enlivens you, feels meaningful, then the more alive you feel, you naturally want to do more of the things that increase your vitality and support your health, especially if you generally have a higher sense of self. You see yourself as good. Where this doesn't always apply in terms of passion. And so essentially what I'm saying is passion invokes the feeling of aliveness. And from that feeling of aliveness, you'll naturally start to do more of what creates vitality in your physical body, right? You might suddenly find yourself eating differently or wanting to exercise more or getting more sleep so you are energetic and ready for your day. The only time this does not always work, where it's automatic, where you don't even have to think about it because that aliveness and passion is coursing through your being. And you're like, oh yeah, I'll reach for the apple instead of, processed chocolate chip cookies, right? The only time this does not apply is for people with low self-esteem. It's kind of 50-50 gamble. And so, but for the most part, if you are feeling a sense of passion and aliveness, it does shift to the body. It just makes you want to take care of yourself. So some of you may be guided to shift your schedule so there is more time for physical well-being. Others may find that improving their relationship with work improves their relationship with their body. This message is also asking you to process your emotions as they relate to your career. Specifically, let go of anger, hurt, frustration, resentment, bitterness in a loving and compassionate, respectful way and directly. Here's what I know to be true. These energies wreak havoc on the body. Anger, hurt, frustration, resentment, especially as it relates to career, work, business. So allow those feelings, be with them. Don't minimize them. You might feel it a little bit and be like, well, that's just the way it went. Keep on going. No, really give yourself time to process those feelings, because if they're not fully processed, I promise you they will show up in your body. I know this to be 100% true, and it's very uncomfortable. So just be willing to be with those feelings as it relates to your career, because you want to create the healthiest body possible. So anger, hurt, frustration, resentment, bitterness, deep, 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 deep disappointment. Like that, not the surface stuff. It's where you're like, man, I can't catch a break. That sort of, feeling. It's totally okay. You're not wrong for feeling any of these feelings. So please, as I say this to you, don't think, oh no, I was pissed that thing didn't come together. I didn't get that job offer and I'm hurt as hell about it. And now my body's going to fall apart. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a high probability that could happen if you don't give yourself time to process that feeling. So yes, the thing you thought was going to happen did not come through, and it hurts like hell. Well, nurture yourself in the way you would if something in your physical body was hurting like hell, so it doesn't show up in your physical body. So just be there for yourself, be kind, be loving. Don't try to rush that process. But once you feel it fully and acknowledge what you're feeling and why you're feeling it, essentially processing that feeling, then it can move through you. It can move through you and then it won't show up in the body. And yeah, that's what I'll say on that. So allow those feelings to move through you rather than letting them get stuck within your energy field. This is also a time to look at career dissatisfaction. If something is no longer working, acknowledge it. Decide that things are going to be different, even if you don't know how that change is going to occur or when it's going to occur or what exactly is going to happen. Just make a decision. Things are going to be different. Things are going to be better. Like, lock it in for yourself. And then open up to intuitive insight. You don't have to rush into action just yet. Just make the decision that, no, I'm not going to settle for career dissatisfaction. For those of you who have put your heart and soul into your work, there's a predictive message for you. Expect a blessed change in your career. This change will be for the better. Follow your intuition, work at a pace that feels good. If you need a break, take it. If you need to put in the hours to bring your desired result into form, do that too. Trust yourself to know the difference. And as you move through the season, ask yourself, what part of my work is cultivating aliveness? What emotions about my career do I need to release? What greater satisfaction is needed in my work life? Your focus for this season is passion. Again, passion will save you, Assuming your self-esteem is relatively high, it will save you. Even if your self-esteem is not that high, you can always do work on your self-esteem. See yourself as good. See yourself as good. Love yourself. Respect yourself. See yourself as good. And do what feels meaningful. Do what feels right to you. Do what feels fantastic to you. And expect joy and abundance in your career, and allow that energy to open the door to greater physical well-being. So, if you're listening to the show and you don't have a job, maybe you are retired, or maybe you just don't work. Cool. Awesome. I still think this message is for you. You're going to have to look at it from a different angle, though. So it could be there's something, a passion you need to be pursuing that will positively affect your health. And it doesn't mean it has to be a job for you, but it definitely, you're listening to me, so you definitely can monetize it if you choose. Maybe you've been out of work for some time. Again, if you're seeking an opportunity and you click this show because you're like, Amy, what's going on with my health for the solstice? Then you probably need to get on finding an opportunity that is right for you and just be committed to it. Don't get caught up in a story. Here's what I'll say for anybody looking for work. Because I think it can affect your health, because we live in a society that makes up a lot of funky stories about when is the best time to look for a job. I worked in employment for years. There is always a job available. So just look. So if you're looking at, say you're in the US and you're thinking, oh, it's summertime, nobody's hiring for the summer. That's crap. You can get a job at any time if you want it. And so this card is saying that whatever's going on with you work-wise is going to impact your career, even if that is volunteer work. So really be mindful of work, passion, career, and your physical well-being. And then this could also mean, if you were to be, lastly, my spirit guides are flashing this. This isn't in the notes. To be careful. Be more careful. No matter what you're doing in your job, whether you have a desk job or whether you do labor type work, be more careful. That's not an alarming message. It's just, hey, respect yourself. Respect that you are in a human body, and do everything in your power to keep it safe. Cool? All right. So, if you've chosen to listen to this series, then you already know you're ready for more. You know what you want, and you want a path that will lead you directly to your desire. What you need is a trusted place to go so you can stay connected and focused, even when doubt and fear and distractions show up. That is what intuitive coaching provides. Whether your desire is a greater income, a thriving business, a loving romantic relationship, a career opportunity, better health, a creative project, or simply becoming more of who you know you're supposed to be in this lifetime, I can help you stay focused on what you want and move towards it consistently. We will work with intuition, spiritual wisdom, practical action steps, and real-life solutions. What I do as an intuitive coach is very unique, very, very unique, and very special, and you will not be disappointed. So, in addition to all that I provide you, I'll help you trust yourself. I'll help you recognize your opportunities. And most importantly, I will help you become a person who can receive and maintain the result you desire. Go to intuitivecoachingwithamy.com and begin the 1-year intuitive coaching package today. I would love to work with you. Thank you so much for listening to this show. I pray this message was, in fact, useful. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.